If you were a primitive man, how would you communicate the concepts of up and down with your companions using graphics? Gemini replied, "Hey, do you want to say above and below to your companions? We don't have complex sounds, but we have hands and can draw. We would do this. First, draw a line. This line represents the ground. It is where we stand, and it is also the dividing line of the world. When you say up, we'll draw what we want to say above that line. For example, if we want to say that the sun is above, we draw a circle on the line. If we want to say that the bird flies above, we draw a bird on the line and another upward line next to it, representing flying. Or you can draw a person with his hands stretched upwards to indicate upward. When you say down, we'll draw below that line what we want to say. For example, if you want to say that the roots of the tree are below, draw some curved lines below the trunk and the line. To say that something has fallen below, draw an object above the line, then draw a line below the line, and then draw the object below the line. Or you can draw a person bending over with his hand pointing downward to indicate downward. To put it simply, the ground line is used as the reference. Things drawn above the line are up, and things drawn below the line are down. Combined with hand gestures and simple sounds, your companions will understand. If this picture represents up, can you draw down? Gemini replied, "Ahaha. You show me this picture and say this is the top. Looking at the picture you gave, a long line at the bottom and a dot or short line at the top. I see. This long line is our ground or benchmark, and that point or short line is above it, so it is up. So, to draw the bottom, we draw it in reverse. Draw the long line representing the ground or a reference on top, and then draw the dot or short line below it. Like this. Imagine drawing on the ground or wall with your finger. First, draw a long line. Then draw a dot or a short line below this long line. This is down there. Represents something below that baseline. Up means the point is above and the line is below. Below means the line is on top and the dot is on the bottom. It's very simple. Then your companions will understand. That's right. Following this logic, the Shang dynasty people in China more than 3,000 years ago created the characters up and down. Gemini continued, "That's right. You made a very accurate observation. This is a classic example of the indicative method of creating characters in the 6 methods of Chinese characters. It does not depict specific images like pictograms, but uses abstract symbols or indicative lines to express concepts. The earliest oracle bone script of the character is like the picture you provided, with a longer horizontal line, representing the ground or reference plane, at the bottom and a shorter line or dot at the top, indicating the above. The earliest oracle bone script of the character was exactly the opposite, with a longer horizontal line, representing the ground or reference plane, at the top and a shorter line or dot at the bottom, indicating below. This way of using simple relative positions to express abstract concepts is very intuitive and effective, and also shows the wisdom of the ancient Chinese when creating characters. From the graphic communication method that primitive people may have used to the mature writing of the Shang dynasty more than 3,000 years ago, the core logic is consistent.